Okay, so what we're going to look at next is how we actually apply better version control and how we get granular permissions on the documents in our team. So I'm going to go to any one of these channels. In this case, I'm in internal collaboration. And I'm going to go to the files area. And I'm going to click on Open in SharePoint. So this is the SharePoint site that lives behind my team. And so every time I create a team, it creates a little SharePoint site in the cloud that provides the infrastructure, in particular the infrastructure for the documents that live in my team. And before I start going any further, I'm just going to mention that there's a lot of powerful things you can do with this site. And so you also have in SharePoint the power to really mess up your team if you're not careful. Particularly if you don't want to make any changes to this documents library that houses all your team documents, because who knows what could happen. So just be careful when you're clicking around here, and you can always contact me if you need any help. Alright, so right now I'm looking at one document in one channel. I want to see how this library is structured. We'll go to Site Contents, and then we're going to go to, well, we can see here that these are all the assets that is housed for my team. And this is the document library that contains all the documents in every one of my channels. So if I click on this, I'm going to see a folder for every channel that I have. And so every time I make a channel, it creates a new files area, and that creates a new folder named after the channel. So for every channel, you get one of these folders in the document library. So let's take a look at the structure of this library for a second. Or I'm sorry, let's take a look at the versions we get with our documents. So if I click on one of these folders, and actually let's take a look at this one, internal collaboration. So if I go inside that folder, this is the document that Ben and I were working on together in the last module. So I want to see what kind of version history it has. So if I look at the version history for this document, and the way that I got that was I click on this ellipse here for the document, and then I go to version history. You'll see that the document only has two major versions. This is 1.0 is the one that it created when I uploaded the document from my desktop, and then 2.0 contains all the edits that Ben and I made. And that's not ideal, because we must have made 20 saves, 30 saves to this document while we were working on it. Actually, we didn't make it, the application made those saves for us, so they're automatic. So what I ideally would like to see is a version for every time we save the document. And right now, all my changes are locked inside one version, and I don't have access to them. I can't roll anything back. All I can do is roll back to the original desktop version. What good is that? So that's what we're going to look at in the next clip, is how we actually can make version documents for our team, and also how we can set more granular permissions.